Hey everybody, what's going on? My name is Terry. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys and gals are all doing well out there. Uh, my last video, I really enjoyed making it. I really enjoy talking about OBS Studio and how to get the best quality out of it you possibly can, but I know that for some people out there, all those advanced settings can be a little daunting, can be a little intimidating, especially if it's your first time ever doing something like this. I totally get that. I really, really do. But what if I said there was a way you can get those exact same high quality settings, just like from my last video, but with like 2 clicks from a couple different drop downs, and you never got to worry about it again? Because it really is that simple. All right, everybody, here's my second instance of OBS Studio once again. So all you got to do is this here, okay? You want to go to settings, then you want to go back up here to your output tab. Now, instead of doing the advanced options like we did in the last video, we're going to keep it on the simple output mode here, okay? Because it really is that simple, a couple of clicks, that's it. Now, by default, this recording quality might be set to same as stream. That's okay. I'm going to click on this little drop down menu, and you want to click on this here, indistinguishable quality large file size. And that whole large file size part might scare you, but the truth of the matter is here, folks, to be brutally honest, I don't know what kind of stuff behind the scenes this is going on. Like, I don't know the different flags and everything that OBS is using behind the scenes to get the quality of output that you're getting from this configuration here. But whenever you are using, like, let's say your CPU based encoder, so software X264, whenever I was doing my testing here, I was seeing file sizes nearly 4 or 5 gigs for a 1 to 2 minute video, because the data rates being applied to this was around, 200 kilobits per second to up to 300 kilobits per second. Okay, so the file sizes with this option will be much larger, but they're extremely easy to edit into any type of software, so like DaVinci Resolve, Premiere Pro, Sony Vegas. I think Sony still makes Vegas. Well, either way, I don't use that software, so I have no idea. But they're very easy to edit, okay, which is really, really cool. So think of it sort of kind of like a camera, for example, here, okay? A lot of cameras, like my A7 IV here, can shoot in a format called all-I, to where it's recording every single frame as it happens, instead of recording changes in the frame like you would with the H.264 or H.265. So because it's recording every single frame and it's uncompressed in any way, it's extremely easy to edit, which is great because it makes your computer work a lot less hard. But on top of that, the file sizes for all-I recording are extremely large. Like, I'm talking for a couple minute video on these high-end cameras, it could be 3, 4, 5 gigs in size. You know what I mean? So same thing with this here. Now, I'm not saying that this is recording an all-I like type of video, but just based off the file sizes and how easy it is to edit, that's what I'm assuming you can think of it as. You know what I mean? Now, there is actually a lossless quality size here, but oh man, I'm glad I'm recording to an NVMe SSD, because I was seeing, write speeds of over 500 megabytes per second using this quality. Okay, so unless you want the highest quality you possibly can, do not use this. Okay, do not use this. For this tutorial, just stick to indistinguishable large file size here, okay? Now, what I like about this is that you're able to use your CPU-based encoder or X264 software-based encoder with this option here. And okay, keep in mind here, folks, I have a 12-core system, 24 threads, and this type of recording with your CPU is so optimized on my system. I had absolutely zero performance loss in game whatsoever. Now, keep in mind, my system's fans were kicking up pretty high, because on top of playing the game, doing all of that, it was also using CPU based encoding. So, like, of course, your system is going to put in the work, obviously, but I would say as long as you have a modern day 6-core, at minimum, you should be able to use this software-based encoding if for whatever reason you didn't want to use your NVIDIA, AMD, or now Intel-based GPU encoders as well, okay? There is an option here for software X264, which is a low CPU preset with an increased file size. This is what I would essentially call lossless, because it's doing it where it... I truly do not understand how they're able to do this with this type of preset. whenever I choose this one here, I see data being written to my SSD at over 400 megabits per second, but the CPU usage is essentially non-existent, like 1 to 2%. It's insane. So if you want to use this type of preset and use your CPU, but you have like a quad core or something like that, or maybe a laptop without any kind of good integrated graphics like Intel QuickSync, I would recommend you use this here because it's extremely low CPU usage, y'all. It really, really is. And I actually really do highly recommend this one here. I really do. But again, if you have an NVIDIA based graphics card, you still have all of your hardware encoder options right here. So I keep mine on AV1. And again, folks, I do apologize. I just do not have access to AMD or Intel hardware right now to do these tests for you with that type of GPU. I do apologize. Maybe one day, but if you have an AMD-based graphics card or an Intel-based graphics card, the options for hardware encoding right here should show up for you. Now, you might be asking to yourself, okay, well, this information is great, but what does it all look like? Well, everybody, I'm glad you asked. Destiny 2 is one of my favorite games to play, whether I'm live over on Twitch. By the way, you should go over there and follow me, twitch.tv/HeyIt'sTerry. And I went ahead and did a little three-way split here. In the middle, you're going to see the source lossless video. It's being written at over 280, 300 megabits per second. Then one video is going to be HEVC. The other one is going to be AV1. And of course, the AV1 is going to have the smallest file size and the lowest bit rate out of all three options here. But you will notice that this whole indistinguishable quality large file size, that is true. At least to my eyes, I could not tell the difference between either one, whether it was the lossless, extremely high file size, extremely high bitrate one, or the HEVC or AV1. And you know, just like I was saying a second ago, folks, to my eyes, I could not see a difference in any of that footage at all. And keep in mind here too, folks, that this video is being encoded at 50 megabits per second with the AV1 codec to get the highest quality footage from this video. So that comparison you saw a second ago, there won't be any kind of artifacting or quality loss because this is being exported in DaVinci Resolve and uploaded to YouTube. Okay, so hopefully there shouldn't be any kind of disparity between what I saw here live versus what you guys see on YouTube here. Okay, and you know, it's kind of funny too, folks, because I was so dialed in on my settings a little bit ago for my advanced encoder stuff, but I think I'm gonna actually just keep it on simple because the type of quality I'm able to get with that footage, it looks absolutely amazing. It looks amazing every single time, and I don't have to worry about configuring anything different for any type of game. It all looks the same high quality, no matter if I'm playing a really intensive CPU based game or a game that's more demanding on my graphics card. It doesn't matter. The quality just looks phenomenal with this setting right here. Trust me, folks, I know that OBS Studio can be a little intimidating. I remember whenever I first started doing this stuff around 10 years or so ago, I had no idea what I was doing and I was just kind of winging it. And hopefully, if you have any questions, this video or my last one might have answered them for you. And hey, you know what? If not, do me a favor, sound off in the comments below any questions, concerns, comments y'all might have. I'll be happy to reach out and help. But yeah, everybody, again, my name's Terry. Thanks a lot for stopping by, and I'll catch you guys and gals next time.